Season 3 of The Gilded Age has just wrapped up, and I have to say, it was hands down the best season yet. From shocking twists to powerful character arcs, this installment delivered it all. The finale left us with a jaw-dropping hint that George and Bertha Russell could be heading for divorce when the show returns. A storyline that might reflect the real-life marriage of Alva Belmont, the woman Bertha's character is based on. If that happens, high society will be thrown into absolute chaos, and that's just the beginning. Today, I'll break down everything we know about Season 4, share my theories, and look at what history tells us about what might come next. Fair warning, spoilers ahead. One of the biggest storylines heading into Season 4 will almost certainly center on George and Bertha Russell, and the very real possibility of their marriage falling apart. This idea was teased throughout Season 3, but it was the finale where George, after nearly dying, admitted he now sees his life far more clearly. George Russell is said to be inspired by two real figures, Jay Gould in business and William K. Vanderbilt in family matters. Vanderbilt's wife, Alva Belmont, famously divorced him over his infidelities. Could the series follow a similar path? George's growing frustration with Bertha's ruthless ambition, especially her willingness to use their daughter as a pawn in her social climbing, may have been the final straw. If George spends significant time away from New York working on his Arizona railway project, this could open the door for an affair. Meanwhile, Bertha's unstoppable rise in society over the past 3 seasons may finally hit turbulence as rumors of divorce swirl. We can also expect to see the investigation into George's shooter. We know it was Clay, but will George confront him personally? Will Clay survive Season 4? My guess, probably not. Another plotline that emerged late in Season 3, and one I'm absolutely here for, is Oscar Van Ryn teaming up with Mrs Winterton. The finale hinted at a possible marriage of convenience between the two, combining her wealth with his connections to form the next power couple of high society. This could finally give Oscar a storyline worthy of center stage, rather than keeping him on the sidelines. The tension between Mrs Winterton and Bertha could explode as Mrs Winterton climbs even higher in society, possibly even surpassing Bertha herself. In one of Season 3's biggest surprises, Gladys Russell revealed she is expecting a child with her husband, Hector. At first, I assumed their move to England might write them out of the show, but now it looks like Season 4 may split its time between continents. In real life, Consuelo Vanderbilt, the inspiration for Gladys, endured an unhappy marriage filled with affairs and deceit. The show may choose to mirror this by peeling back the facade of Hector and Gladys's perfect life in Sidmouth. Historically, Consuelo had 2 children, so this pregnancy might just be the beginning of a rocky chapter. And with Bertha's own marriage in crisis, Gladys may feel compelled to return to New York, bringing her drama right back into the main story. The Season 3 finale finally gave us what we were waiting for. Dr. Krikland stood up to his overbearing mother and proposed to Peggy Scott. They're a perfect match. And now that he's proven his loyalty, I expect Season 4 to focus heavily on their upcoming wedding. But this is the Gilded Age. Nothing ever comes easy. I suspect tragedy may strike Peggy's family. Her father's reduced screen time in Season 3 feels like foreshadowing, and I wouldn't be surprised if we lose him in the new season. Meanwhile, Mrs. Krikland will likely continue to stir up trouble, simply because she can Larry Russell and Marion Brooks' slow-burn romance has dragged on for far too long. The will they, won't they tension has overstayed its welcome. Season 4 will almost certainly see them married at last, possibly as part of a triple wedding alongside Peggy and Dr. Krikland and Oscar and Mrs. Winterton. Their marriage could also become a strategic tool for Bertha, using the lavish event to distract from her own marital issues and solidify her standing among New York's elite. So when will Season 4 actually premiere? HBO officially confirmed renewal after Episode 6, which is fantastic news. Based on past release patterns, we usually wait about a year and a half between seasons. Season 1 premiered in January 2022. Season 2 premiered in October 2023. Season 3 premiered in May 2025. If that trend continues, Season 4 will likely arrive between October and December 2026. Most of the main cast will almost certainly return. George, Bertha, Larry, Marion, Agnes, Ada, Oscar, Mrs. Winterton, Peggy, Dr. Krikland, and many more remain at the heart of the series. A few characters, however, are unlikely to return. Maud Beaton, who Oscar paid to disappear. John Adams, killed off in episode 6. Lady Sarah, mentioned as moving away from Sidmouth. We may also see less of Gladys and Hector if the England storyline gets reduced, but expect plenty of new faces, especially potential love interests. George may meet someone new if the show mirrors William K. Vanderbilt's real-life affairs. Season 4 of The Gilded Age promises betrayal, shifting alliances, and the downfall of once unshakable power players. Whether it's George and Bertha's looming divorce, Oscar and Mrs Winterton's scheming, or Peggy's long-awaited happiness, the stakes have never been higher. As history shows, change is coming for New York's elite, and it won't be pretty.